Motivation comes easy at stop number 19 on News 25's 25 teams in 25 days, where the Bay High Tigers are coming off a not-so-good season in 2022 on the back of what was a really good season in 2021. On this particular Tuesday, the Tigers having to beat the Heat in the Bay Waveland Middle School gym.
One thing that I had to do in this offseason is remember that progress is not necessarily a straight line, and sometimes you know there's the old saying of either you win or you learn, and we did a lot of learning last season. They want to make amends for the disappointing year we had last year.
Non-linear would be a good way to describe Bay High's 2022 season, starting with a mark of 2-1 before dropping 6 straight games, 3 by single digits, to close out a forgettable run that could have sent the Tigers to the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row for the first time in program history. Instead, they're taking a long, hard look in the mirror.
Most of the time, year in and year out around here, the most dangerous team on our schedule is the Bay High Tigers. And we suffer a lot of self-inflicted wounds, not to take anything away from any of our opponents, but football is a game of manage your house and eliminate mistakes, eliminate mistakes, eliminate mistakes.
Bay High's 2-7 record, good for the fewest wins since 2018, and the 0-4 tally in Region 8 Class 4A, the first winless district slate since 2019. Compare that to the 2021 Tigers, who hosted their first playoff game and won their first playoff game since 2012. Everyone agrees a lack of togetherness was the culprit.
Discipline, for sure, the discipline that we had that season. There's no talking back to coaches, nothing like that, Everybody was locked in, like even people that didn't get in, like everybody was just locked in. That's what we need this year.
Bad on blaming each other. We didn't have no discipline. We always talk down on each other instead of picking each other up. Like 2021, when we finally went to the playoffs that year, like everybody wasn't, like we wasn't doing the stuff that we was doing last year. They was picking people up, not dragging them down.
If you got every part of the vehicle running well, then the vehicle is going to perform. But if you get one spark plug not firing or one piece of the engine out of whack, then you're not going to go very far, even if you've got a Ferrari.
This offseason, 4th-year head coach Jeremy Turcotte says he went back to a stick shift, or back to the basics.
We're going to get better at less.
We're going to start running a certain amount of plays. We're going to stop running so much and just limit it to a certain amount, and then that's what we're going to do.
It's like NFL practices, like it's getting harder, like on us, but he's pushing us to get better.
Speaking of the NFL,
what does your offense look like when it's clicking on all cylinders?
Oh, we excellent. We look like the New Orleans Saints. For real, for real.
Who dat?
Who dat?
On that side of the ball, the Tigers are returning at least 8 starters, including 3rd-year starting quarterback Xander Ladner, running back Jalen Antoine, and wide receiver Avery Harris, all class of 25.
Last year we had a sophomore snapping to a sophomore, handing it to a sophomore, and now they're all juniors.
And then, of course, there's the 4-star Stanford commit Zyron Brown and his 14 Division I offers holding down the O-line.
He's an offensive lineman, but he plays like he's on the defensive line.
I've had to kick Zyron Brown out of the weight room more than I can remember. He's just a big, likable kid unless you line up across from him. And he is as nasty as I've ever seen in my entire coaching career.
It just happens. I don't know. Once it's time for that time, then I just get locked in.
On the other side, last year's sack leader Benny Williams anchors a defense that returns 5 starters.
I'm ready to eat.
Overall, 16 seniors paving the way for the biggest Bay High roster in the Coach Turcotte era. This year, every player has a matching wristband. On one side, it says, "Love each other." On the other, "Go get paid."
Let's go get paid.
It doesn't matter how hard we work inside of these 4 walls. If you don't go out and demand to be paid on Friday night, it doesn't matter.
We put all that work in through Monday through Thursday. We're not finna just, it's time to get paid. We're not finna just put all that work in for no reason. We actually feel like we could go win something this year, so let's go do it.
Now, Bay High opens up the season on August 25th at Resurrection Catholic, following Friday's Jamboree at Hancock, where the 2 schools will come together for a pregame ceremony to mourn the losses from the tragic after-prom shooting back in April. JV starts at 6 p.m., varsity at 7.